Hello students, let us start with part 3 of chapter photosynthesis. Today we are going to discuss about nature of light. Light is a chief form of energy, solar energy, very important, which is necessary for photosynthesis. It is electromagnetic form of energy. There are two theories. Quantum theory, according to quantum theory, light as it travels, it is traveling in a form of tiny particles, and these tiny discrete particles, they are called as photons. And these, when photons, they fall on an object, they break down into different colors, which we also spectrum of colors. According to the next theory, wave theory, light travels in the form of waves. So these are longitudinal waves. It is having crest and troughs, alternate crest and troughs. The distance between two consecutive crest or two consecutive trough, it is called as a wavelength. Now, closer the wavelength, lesser the wavelength, more is the energy. And far is the greater the wavelength, lesser is the energy. If the crest and troughs are far away, they are having less energy. If they are very close to each other, less the wavelength, energy is more. So it is inversely proportional and vice versa. Let us see the electromagnetic spectrum of light. If you see carefully, this region, which is, I'm making it red in color, this is called as the visible light spectrum. It ranges from 390 nanometer 390 nanometer to somewhere around 730 according to your textbooks and 750 according to Google. This 390 to 730 or 750 nanometer range, it is called as a visible light. What is a visible light? Where we can see actually different objects. And if you see, it is broken down into spectrum of seven colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Seven colors. Towards the left hand side there is violet, and towards the right hand corner there is red color. To the left hand side of the visible light there is the ultraviolet radiations. To the right hand side there are infrared radiations. Ultraviolet radiation, towards its left there are x-rays, and if you can see what is happening to the wavelength, it is decreasing. As the wavelength is decreasing, what will happen to the energy increases. So x-rays are stronger than ultraviolet rays, gamma rays are more stronger than x-rays. Therefore see, gamma rays, x-rays, they can penetrate through our body and they are capable of causing cancers. Even ultraviolet rays are quite stronger. And what are they having? They're having energy, so more energy is present in x-rays and gamma rays. If you go towards infrared radiation, that wavelength is comparatively lesser than the visible light, so they're not that harmful. See, every body release some heat, and these heat can be sensed by sensors, and that is nothing but the infrared radiation. So it is used in goggles which are worn at night to identify that there is some object moving around, because infrared radiations, they can be captured, okay, by the sensors. Then if you go again to the right hand side, the wavelength, if you see, it is increasing, and as the wavelength is increasing, the energy will decrease. And these are the wavelengths of radio waves, the radar waves, the television waves, the FM radio and AM radio. Therefore they're not so harmful, and therefore you are easily watching the TV or listening to the radio. It doesn't harm your body that much. We are interested in the visible light and the spectrum, electromagnetic spectrum of the visible light, which is having vibgyor color, because absorption of light energy by the green plants, by the photosynthetic pigment, takes place in this visible spectrum only. And when they absorb it, then they will convert the solar energy into chemical energy and carry out the process of photosynthesis. So I hope you have followed. Let us proceed and now study in detail. So we can see the electromagnetic radiation in wavelength, which is ranging from 390 to 730 nanometer. What is this spectrum called as? Visible light. Where is it present? It is present between ultraviolet on the left hand side and infrared radiations on the right hand side. Again, I repeat, the visible spectrum, it ranges from 390 violet to 760 red. So violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Red is at 760 nanometer, violet is at 390 nanometer. Now, let us see what is meant by the term absorption and action spectrum. It is very simple. Absorption means what? Absorbing the light energy. By whom? By pigments. And what is action? What action do these pigments do? They convert the solar energy into chemical energy and perform photosynthesis. Process of performing photosynthesis is action spectrum, and the spectrum where light is absorbed is called as the absorption spectrum. In this graph, you can see that all the photosynthetic pigment, whether it is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotenoids, different types of carotenoids, they are having ability to absorb different wavelengths of light. For example, you can see for chlorophyll A, it is able to absorb the light at wavelength 430, somewhere around blue and violet color. Even it shows a peak of absorption of light at somewhere 690 nanometer. Chlorophyll B is very well absorbed somewhere at 490, and here at say 670. So these photosynthetic pigments, they are able to absorb different wavelengths of light, and this is different for every pigment. The light that is absorbed at each wavelength by different pigments are shown in this graph. Such a graph which is showing the absorption of light at different wavelength by different pigment is what? It is nothing but the absorption spectrum. I hope you know. Simple. What is absorption spectrum? Different pigments are able to absorb different light at different wavelengths. That is the absorption spectrum for that pigment. Now let us see what is then action spectrum. Action spectrum. They are able to perform photosynthesis at different wavelength. Look at this graph carefully, students. This solid graph which I am making red now, this is actually the absorption spectrum for chlorophyll A. Chlorophyll A can be absorbed very well at violet blue color and at red color. Correct? This dotted line which is seen in the picture, it is showing the rate of photosynthesis it is carried out, means action spectrum. What is the action of pigments to carry out photosynthesis? If you see properly, they also are able to carry out maximum photosynthesis at violet blue and at red color. So don't you think the action spectrum, rate of synthesis of carrying out photosynthesis, and the absorption spectrum are coinciding for this chlorophyll A? Yes, it is. So the absorption spectrum for chlorophyll A and B clearly shows that more light is absorbed in which region? In the blue region, in the violet region, and in the red region of the visible spectrum. This graph also indicates the process of rate of photosynthesis, and this is nothing but the action spectrum for different type of pigments. The relative rate of photosynthesis at different wavelengths indicate that there is a close relationship between absorption spectrum and the action spectrum. They are almost similar. See, rate of absorption more in blue and violet and red, and rate of photosynthesis also more in blue, violet and red. So it shows coincidence, it shows similarity. So again, one more time, action spectrum is what? Action spectrum is shown by blue color, which is indicating rate of photosynthesis. Red color indicates absorption. And see, you will see that it is maximum at 410, 420, 430. That is blue and violet color, and also maximum at red. So comparison of absorption spectrum for chlorophyll pigments and action spectrum for chlorophyll pigment shows that they are maximum at red and blue, and thus they are similar. Thus, absorption and action spectrum match to each other. In other words, absorption and action spectrum for chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are matching. Again, students, what is absorption spectrum? The spectrum where, or the wavelength which is absorbed, at which the wavelength the pigments are absorbing the light. And what is the action spectrum? The rate of photosynthesis for that pigment, it is taking place at which wavelength. And we saw that these two are similar to each other for chlorophyll A and B. They are coinciding. Where it is taking maximum? In the violet region, in the blue region, and the red region. Both absorption spectrum is also high and action spectrum is also high. So I hope you have understood three important concepts today: the nature of light, what is visible range, visible spectrum of light, what is absorption and action spectrum, and how it is similar. In next video, we will actually start with the mechanism of photosynthesis now.